Hello everyone and welcome back to another Gotham City Chronicles battle report. Again, it's not really a battle report, but whatever. We are back revisiting Wayne Manor for a new scenario where Ra's al Ghul is after some League of Assassin artifacts that are, for whatever reason, being kept here. Damian's the one giving the mission. It's called Demon Relics, so I guess maybe he nicked them when he left the League of Assassins to come live with Bruce. So he's giving the mission, and Bruce, Alfred, and Julia Pennyworth, which is Alfred's daughter or granddaughter, I can never remember which, are having to defend the manor while Ra's and his hired goons are attempting to steal 5 randomized artifacts. So they're all on their package side. I randomized them, put them where they're supposed to be, no idea what they are, and the interesting thing about it is, well, first of all, if Ra's and his goons pick up 4 of them, they win. And this game goes until villain turn 6. So they get the last turn. Complex manipulation or thought action of 3 to pick one up. When you pick it up, it gets applied to the tile of whomever did so, and one of them is neutral, 2 of them are negative, and 2 of them are positive permanent stat increases or decreases. So don't know which is which. I'll need to look at the rules once one of them gets picked up to compare the various logos. But yeah, that's what the mission is. Bruce is starting up there. I guess he was in the study. Julia's guarding the door, and Alfred is in the study up there with one of the artifacts. So, this is Bruce's card. Martial arts. He can exert himself for 1. He won't use lethal weapons. These aren't relevant. He can protect people. The other thing to mention, in this mission, he is equipped with the ultrasonic transmitter, which lets him spawn for a complex thought or manipulation, one of the two. Bats, which have threat of 3, so they're very hard to shift. 2 armor, 1 health. So that's like you can create living bodyguards in certain places to stop the hired goons getting through without taking out the bats first. Julia's got martial arts level 1 and inner peace or calm, whatever it's called, so she can ignore 1 menace. Other than that, none of her other skills are relevant because it's diffusing and hacking. She gets 3 energy back for staying active, which is interesting. Still only 10 max. And Alfred we've seen, so we know about him, and he is equipped with his trusty rolling pin as well. And if we come around here real quick, Ra's has 5 HP. If he dies, you can do something special to bring him back. Ra's has 2 cards in the river, 5 cubes back a turn, 3 start over there, and yeah, I think that about covers it. So we're ready to get started. Alright, let's go into hero turn 1. Everybody is obviously going active, so they just get 2. Julia gets 3 because she's young and fit and hip and with it. Bruce gets 2, and Bruce is immediately going to use 1 on an automatic manipulation to use the ultrasonic emitter to spawn a bat on his location right there. So now that kind of L shape there is hard to get past, and then he's going to use his free movement to walk into this room here and deal with these 2 hired goons. Oh, totally forgot to cover reinforcement points. Obviously there's the door there, there's the garden up there, and the front door is the 3rd and final point. So anyway, he is going to take a swing. This Bruce slash Batman can have 4 max, so he's going to spend 2. And both these goons have 1 armor. He'll go after the Willem Dafoe because the Willem Dafoe's got a gun. Martial arts makes that 3 back down to 2. Does he want to reroll? He doesn't have combo or anything, this one. Yeah, let's spend on a reroll. Okay, so that's 4. If you add on martial arts, back down to 3. That would mean 2 defense dice are required to save him, which is not going to happen. He is then going to spend his other 2 on more punching to punch the other goon in that square. That is again 4. They only have 1 armor as well, right? Yeah. So back down to 3, and just going to get knocked out. So with that, I don't know if he's going to do anything else. Let's say no for now and jump to someone else. No, there is also a service gun on the field, which is just as well really, because Julia, despite being modelled with a gun, does not come with a gun in this mission for whatever reason. So she's just got punching. She is a martial artist, so she can handle herself. Well, yeah, let's use Alfred's free movement to go 1, 2. So he's kind of blocking the way. He shall put himself in harm's way to stop them stealing the artifacts. He doesn't have any ranged attacks. He'd have to spend one to go start punching, but then he might get overwhelmed. I think he's just going to stay there. And Julia is going to use her free movement to move onto this square, and she's going to punch the thug in this square. She gets orange dice, but they're not re-rollable. Let's go for 3 orange. Hopefully overkill, but let's see. Oh, drop the dice, gonna have to pick up another one. So with martial arts, that's 4, back down to 3 because of the automatic defense. He's gonna go. But she isn't going to pursue the people outside the door. Again, she doesn't have a ranged attack. So I think that's going to be it for turn 1. Yeah, that is going to be it for turn 1. So we're going to go into villain, turn 1. So these 3 energy come over here. One of them is being spent immediately to activate the will and the foes. So we're going to do a combination of things. We're pointing out the only enemies on the board who can't do either a complex manipulation or thought are the dumb brutes. So they'd only be going punching. They can't achieve the objective. They will not be able to steal any of the artifacts. But the will and the foes can. So this one over here is going to walk into this room, just right through there, and he's going to try and pick that up. We'll do that in a second. This Willem Dafoe, they move 2. Yeah. 1, 2. Which is this L shape here, and he's going to shoot at Alfred, because how dare he. One of them is unconscious. And this one down here is going to move into Julia's square and is going to shoot at Julia, because he is also evil. So let's see if this one gets the artifact or not. So checking the artifact, orange and white, needs a 3. Got a 4. So we'll flip that over at the end of the turn because I'll need to check the rulebook to see what she gets. Let's have the one shooting Alfred. That is 2 white re-rollables. That's 2. Alfred has no automatic defense, but he has a lot of energy. He will spend 1 on an orange. He blocked 1, he took 1. And then the one shooting at Pennyworth, rather. That's her surname. They're both Pennyworths. I should just say Julia. Rerollable. 2. Does she have an automatic defense? She does not. She will spend 1 on an orange. She blocked both, so she took nothing. Alright, so, still first activation, but this has been grabbed. It's some kind of like royal looking Fabergé egg holder thing. So that is now attached to the brutes. So we'll come back here, put it in there, and we'll put this on their card just to remind us. And let me just quickly glance over to the side here. Oh, I'm going to have to move the camera. So that is the Thousand Knights Throuble. The Thousand Knights Throuble, the activation cost of the affected tile is decreased by 1 to a minimum of 1. So the thugs are now 1 cheaper than the number above, down to a minimum of 1. Okay, fair enough. Let's stay cheap and activate the brutes, because they can go punching. For the other activation for the villain. They can move 3, but he's just going to move into Julia's square and punch at her. This one is going to move and punch at Alfred, and this one is going to move 1, 2, 3 and punch Alfred as well. Because they're evil like that, because they're villains. So 2 white and a yellow. First one punching Alfred. Nothing. Second one punching Alfred. Much, much better, which is to say worse for him. That is 5 damage. He is going to block with 3 orange dice, because that's really nasty. There's one over there already. Oh, come on, Alfred. Oh, wait, he's got luck. I forgot about luck. Can reroll 2 of them. Okay, he blocked 3. He took 2 damage. Still pretty bad. And then that was both of them hitting him, and then the one hitting Julia. Wow. Okay, Alfred's taking all the hits. So that is it for the first League of Assassins slash just villain turn. Over to Heroes turn 2. And they are 1 out of 4 towards, well, the villains that is, are 1 out of 4 towards winning. Alright, Hero turn 2, everybody is staying active. So Alfred, 2 energy, Julia, 3 energy, Bruce, 2 energy. Bruce isn't going to do much because he's getting tired. He's going to use his free movement to walk out of here. Then he's going to automatic manipulation to use the sonic emitter. to summon another host of bats to block the way here. And then he is going to use another one for movement to move through to here, and then that is it. He's not able to do anything else. He doesn't have the energy. He's going to need to rest next turn. Julia's just going to start swinging, but it comes down to what does Alfred want to do? He's going to have to try and take out those brutes, but I don't rate his chances. Let's see what Alfred can do. Let's do 3 into combat. So this is 3 white dice plus his rolling pin gives him a yellow. No rerollable. Well, he gets luck rerollable 2, so I can reroll 2 of these, which is just as well. So reroll these. Doesn't matter which brute he's attacking because they're identical. They have 2 armor, so it's just 1 damage. That will be attempted to be blocked because it isn't that deadly. Orange die. It's blocked. Does he want to do anything else? The brutes aren't going to activate again this turn unless all the energy is spent, so he's relatively safe. Alfred is going to just chill. I think he's going to stay there and chill because it costs too much for him to leave. Julia, I hope I remember to add on her martial arts last time. She's going to attack the brute and she's going to go hard. She's going to go all 4 on the brute and try and take him out. That's 4 unrerollable orange dice. Well, she's going to have to spend for rerolls 2 so that she has 1 for defense. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, back down to 3 for the martial arts, and then, oh wait, no, hang on, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and then take away 2 because the brutes have 2 armor, and I did say she was attacking the brute. So that's still 3, which will require 2 defense dice at most. I'm going to try and save him. They've got energy to waste, so that's 2 orange dice for defense. And hang on, that's 3, 4, 5. They have to beat 3 or equal 3 on 2 dice, and did. So that brute is alive and well, and Julia's done. That's it. We're going into villain turn 2. So the spent villain energy comes over here, but then all 5 of it goes straight back over to their spending pool. The warning symbol is being activated for 1, and it's going to give 5 reinforcement points, which is more than enough to bring back every hired goon that's been taken out thus far. So this one is appearing here. This one, well, will it? All of them are going to appear there, I think. Yeah, all of them are going to appear there. Because I forgot, they can just go through there and grab that. But the other activation this turn, you know what? Yeah, let's go for the prisoners then. We'll ignore Raish. So that's 2 for the prisoners, because they can go for a grab and they would want to try and win. So prisoners can move 3. So this prisoner is going to come through here and try and snatch that. We'll handle his roll in a second. This one is going to move into Julia's square and attack her because he doesn't have enough movement to clear the bats. This one, 1. Is there enough space there? Apparently this tiny corridor can hold 10 maximum spaces. So he was going to come and smack Alfred upside the head. And this one out here is also going to smack Julia. Alright, let's do the one that's trying to grab the artifact first. So that is a white and yellow rerollable. Doesn't need it, he's got it, so we'll handle that in a second. First one, punching Julia, no rerolls on these. 2 damage. She'll just take the 2 damage. Second one, punching Julia. 2 damage, she will block. She blocked nothing, 2 damage. And then the one picking on Alfred did nothing, no rerolls. Okay, so that is it for the villain turn, other than they've taken the scales of something or other. Let's see what they're called. Again, apologies, but I don't want to put the rulebook on the table because it will knock everything out of the way. So I've got it to the side here. That is the scales of eons, which are the one that does literally nothing. So no positive, no negative, but 2 out of 4 towards the villain's winning as we go into hero turn 3. So for hero turn 3 there isn't going to be much going on. Alfred has to rest, so he gets back 5 energy. Into there. Julia has to rest, she also gets back 5 energy. Bruce is going active, he's the only one who's going to do something, so he only gets 2. Now, Will he put bats down first? He will. He will put bats down first. Once bats are gone, they're gone, incidentally. They don't, like, go off the table and can be brought back. Once they're dead, they're dead. He'll use the free movement to move into this square to help out his loyal butler, and he will use 2 punches on one of the brutes because they have more armor. So that's 2, it becomes 3 with martial artist, back down to 1. Yeah, we'll keep that, which will be defended. Just needs to block 1 damage. He didn't. The villain loses a brute. And then 1 last attack into the prisoner guy there because he only has 1 armor. Well, they can't reroll anything. So that was it. That was a short turn for the heroes. I'll sort all their energy and stuff off camera. Let's go into villain turn 3. Halfway point. So Mr. Villain is getting all this energy back, so I won't bother putting it over because it goes straight into here. And the first tile being activated is the first race tile because it's cheap. That's the thing with Gotham City Chronicles. You don't get to do... Oh, there's Zara's cameo. Hello, Zara. You want to eat Ra's al Ghul? He's been alive for like 200 years. He basically tastes like stale beef jerky at this point. Anyway, yeah, you don't get to control the actual supervillain as much because it makes much more sense to control the henchman. Anyway, he's got 3 movement. So 1, 2. Actually, was he up there? No, that's all 1 tile in there. So that would be 1, 2. Is he tough? Yeah, he's pretty tough. Martial artist level 2. Counter attack as well. Okay. Yeah, I guess he's just going to throw himself into this rumble and he's going to attack the friendly butler to make Batman mad. He can either do 1 3 yellow dice attack or he can do 3 single yellow dice attacks. He will do the single 3 yellow dice attack, I guess. I don't really care about the statistics of what would be better. That's pretty good. That's 4 damage on poor Alfred. Alfred is going to block with 3 orange dice. Sorry, that went off the camera. He blocked... Oh, he can reroll with luck. He blocked 2. So he took 2 damage. Oh wait, it comes from there first, rather than his health. Oh, and I also put it into the wrong one. There we are. So that's it for Raish's turn. What else does he have? Martial arts level 2, counter attack level 1, and leadership, the one that gives a free reroll to people in the same tile as him. So I'll try and remember that, but no promising. I think Alfred has that as well, doesn't he? No, he has the other one. He has the one that gives free movement. The other activation is going to be the thugs. Keep it cheap. Leave loads for rerolls to make life miserable. So this thug is going to move into this square. They only move 1. No, they move 3. He's going to move another one. He moved 1, 2, but Julia has a threat of 1, so it becomes 3. And he's going to try and kill those bats to make it easier to move around the mansion. Likewise, this one is going to move up here and do the same to those bats. This one's going to come in the door and go 1, 2, 3 and start walking around because it's getting a little overcrowded in that corridor there. Yeah, so let's do that. 2 yellow rerollables, the one hitting the bat. The bats have 2 armor, so as long as this gets a 1, he kills them. Nope. Good reroll. Yeah. The villain does not enjoy the bats and wishes them dead. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. This one, hitting those bats. Yellow rerollables. That is definitely a dead bat. Oh, sorry, Bruce. I just spun Bruce on the spot there. And then the other one isn't attacking, so that's fine. And that's it. We cleared some bats. The bats do not come back as previously stated. They've got plenty for rerolls and defense. So we're on to heroes turn 4. So it's not looking good for the heroes. Alfred is going to go active, so he only gets 2. Julia is going active, so she gets 3. Bruce is resting, so he has to do nothing. He gets 5. So he's just going to stand there and be menacing. I really want Alfred to try and beat up Ra's al Ghul, because I think that would be very funny. But we'll do Julia's turn first. She's surrounded by henchmen. She can't really leave the square now either. She'll use 2 on one of the prison henchmen just because they've got 1 armor. Oh, come on. Alright, she'll spend another 2 on 2 more on one of them. Well, I mean, it's 2 with martial arts, back down to 1. It'll be defended. That spawn there. Just needs to get a 1. Whoops. Didn't actually get the 1. So, one of those prison guys is gone. She can't do anything else because she doesn't have a ranged attack. That sucks. Yeah? She's just going to have to sit there and try and stop them getting past her. Alfred, though. What do you think he could do with Raish? He could do 5 white dice plus a yellow die with 2 rerolls in there thanks to luck. Oh, you know what? Alfred has an automatic defense against ranged 1 and melee 1, so he shouldn't have had as much damage as he did. Let's put, we'll just put 1 back into the fatigue area just to cover it. I totally forgot. Julia definitely doesn't have anything like that, though. Neither does Bruce. Alright, he's going to attack Raish. Full force. Butler of the Year. 5 white dice. Let's get this here. 5 white dice, 1 yellow dice. He can reroll 2 of his choosing thanks to luck. Does Raish have bodyguard or anything? No. He can counterattack though. Okay, that's pretty good. So that's 6. That's 7 so far. He can reroll 2 for luck. Didn't become in. He could pay. He could pay for a reroll. He's going to pay for a reroll on one of them because he didn't have 2 to play with. Okay, Raish. The butler says he just did 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 damage. Raish has 2 armor. So that comes back down to 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. He's got space for 3 more rerolls. The maximum that could save him is 6, but he does have 5 HP, so yeah, he would want to defend. There's no one else attacking this turn, so he would probably go whole hog and spend the 3 on defense. He blocked 4. He still took 3 damage. That is not too bad. So he's down to 2 health because he started at 5. Now he can get brought back. That was just for the lols, basically. And yeah, that's going to be it for the hero turn. So we're going to go into villain turn 4. So we are jumping into the villain turn as previously stated. However, in the last villain turn, totally forgot poor guy up here should have moved. So that would have been 1, 2, 3. He wouldn't have been able to do anything, but totally forgot that there was a 4th basic hired goon up there. So anyway, it does matter how much energy we put over here this time, but 5 energy comes back, so that's basically all that was spent here. So there's still 2 in the rest zone for the villain. The first thing being spent is the Willem Dafoe's. Because of the artifact they're holding, they only cost 1 to activate, not 2. So we'll do that, do that. So they move 2. This one is going to come out of here, and again there's an orange line there, so he's going to shoot at the bats from where he is to try and get rid of them. This Willem Dafoe is going to shoot Alfred. Well, that's kind of vindictive. Yeah, he's going to shoot Alfred. This one's going to move 1, 2, and he's going to shoot the bats if they're still alive. He would have moved there regardless, so we don't need to do 1 at a time. And he is going to move into this square and shoot those bats. So lots of shooting. Is 2 white rerollable for them? Yes. So let's do the one that's shooting Alfred first. You monster. Nothing. Reroll. Oh no. 4 damage. Alfred's got nothing. Ouch. Let's see this one. No, this one moved first. So let's see this one shooting the bats there. 4 damage. Those bats are gone. So that means this one could actually shoot them unless this one succeeds, because he moved next. He got nothing. So he will shoot the bats over there. Again, it's connected by an orange line because most of Wayne Manor is, because it's all on the same level. He killed the bats. Bruce can summon 1 more set of bats and that's it. That's it for them though, right? Because Alfred, him, and the other one... Oh no, there's only 3 of them, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, the one up there didn't need to do anything. I think, unless I did roll for it and just forgot. I definitely rolled the one for Alfred, because the one that rolled for Alfred hurt him real bad. Well, I guess Raish is going to activate for 1 and get revenge on the butler. Well, that's not going to help him win though. Do we need help winning? You know, I mean, activating the thugs, but that would leave not very much for defense. Huh. But they're trying to win. I think, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a risky play for the villain for a change, but they're running out of time, even though they're not in any threat of dying. 6 for the thugs who just activated very recently are going to activate again, which doesn't happen very often. So they move 3. So this one up here is going to move into this square and try and grab the artifact up there. This one.
going to move in there, try and grab that artifact. This one is also going to do it in case the other guy doesn't succeed. I just realised if both these actually win, or like succeed, the game is over. Oh dear. 2 yellow rerollables. The one up there. Yes, he would reroll this. He needs a 3. That is a 2, so it does not succeed. Could pay for a reroll. That was a 1 and a 1, right? He will pay for a reroll. Nope. Okay, fair enough. First one, checking that one. Free reroll. Nope. Could pay for a reroll. No, the other one will try. Straight onto the other guy. He succeeds. So this one has been discovered. It's I think that's called like the Claw of Garuda. I'll check in a second. If one more artifact gets stolen, the villains win. So let's just put that there. Garuda's Talons is what they're called. The characters of the affected tile have their move point bonus for the first movement reduced by 1. So they're down to 2 movement now. I don't think it's going to matter. You know what? They're not going to activate another tile. They don't need to. Yeah, they need to conserve energy. Because they spent almost all of it that turn. We're going to the second last hero turn. So it's not looking good for the heroes. Alfred has to rest. So he gets 5. Julia's going to go active. So he gets 3. Bruce is going active for 2. He's immediately spending 1 on summoning the final bats. Now the reason he's doing that, when you leave a tile and it has enemies in it and their menace counts against you, for every allied menace it counters some enemy menace. So thanks to Alfred and the bats, that's 4 menace being countered. I think Raish is only 1 menace. Yep, so that's only 3 menace, so now he can move freely. And he's going to do that. He's going to go 1, 2 into this room here. That's his free movement. And again, the menace is countered, so that's okay. Now, unfortunately, he needs Julia to back him up. He's going to spend an additional 2 on movement. Because he needs to knock this guy out over here. Ooh, the board was a bit there. He's going to punch him twice. Now remember, him being there also makes it more difficult for the check to succeed by 1. So that is not so great. He's going to pay for a reroll. 3 back down to 2. Nothing for defense because of all of it being spent, so he is gone. And Bruce is going to sit on 1 energy up there, I think. Alfred is resting, so he can't do anything. Julia, it would cost all of her free movement to move out of the square she's currently in. So that would be her free movement to leave, because oh no, she ignores 1. So that would still just be a 1 move. Or yes, it would be 2 because it'd normally be 1. It would go up to 3 because of their menace, but her in her cam or whatever it's called brings it back down by 1, so that's her free movement to put her there. I think they've got time. I think she does. She's going to try and punch the Willem Dafoe in front of her. Could be better. Well, that's up to 3, back down to 2. Not going to get defended. He's gone. And then she's going to spend 1 to move next to this Willem Dafoe, because it's more likely the Willem Dafoes are going to activate first because they are cheaper, or will be cheaper on the track. I think she's just going to bank, because the heroes only have 1 turn left. So do the villain. Well, no, the villains have 2 turns, because it ends on villain turn 6. Yep, Alfred can't do anything. That's going to be it. We're going to move into villain turn 5. So the villains have but 1 goal as they regen 2, 4, 5. 4, 5. They have to get one of those 2 remaining artifacts to win. So the first activation is going to be for 2. It's going to be the brutes. And their job is to clear the way, because the brutes can't search for anything because they're too dumb. They are hired goons after all. They move 3. So this one is going to move 1, 2, and that's purely just to counter Julia's effort. He will try and punch her just because, but we'll handle that in a second. This brute is going to punch the bats. He's not going to move. Well, he could move afterwards actually. And the other one is dead, so that's it for the brutes. So yeah, let's do the one that's punching the bats. can move afterwards if he chooses. That breaks the bat's armor. All the bats are dead. Just imagine the Hargoon just swinging his fists in the air like Popeye and taking out bats left and right. So yeah, you can attack and move or move and attack as goons. Alfred would counter his movement. So essentially he's got free movement of 2 because he has 3. So 1, 2. Now he can't check for that, but if he's in there, that counters menace from either Alfred or Bruce. So it makes sense to do that. And then, oh yeah, the other one was punching Julia just because it's vindictive. That's 3 damage on Julia. She'll use 1 orange die to defend. She blocked 2. She's only 2-1 damage. Not too bad. Now that is the first activation for the villains in their second last turn. What comes next? The scales did nothing, right? Yeah, no effect on the scales. They could win. I see the victory. Okay, the prisoners are activating with the scales. Again, the scales do nothing. So they move 3. But down to 2 because of Alfred. 1, 2. If he picks that successfully, it's a win for the villains. This one might as well move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And he'll try and check it even though Bruce is going to counter him. So they get a white and a yellow rerollable. Let's do the one that's by himself. The yellow rerollable. Villains win. Simple as that. They have found the Mask of Kissy Face. I don't know what that is. Hang on. We might as well check just for the fun of it, because this was quite quick. This is Mask of Serenity, which would have done energy cubes spent for rerolls of this characters of this tile are directly placed in the fatigue zone, thus they do not saturate the reroll space. What? Oh, right. If spent on that, they go back here rather than here, I think. That one's not written clearly. Kind of glad we found it late. But yeah, villains win. So here was me thinking when the villains had to do something in a time limit, it would feel like how it usually feels for the heroes when they're pushed for time and it comes down to the wire. I guess it kind of did. They had one more turn after. There were some lucky dice rolls and definitely some unlucky dice rolls for the heroes there. So it's a fun mission. It's kind of like it's not quite capture the flag, but a little bit. Or more like a zone control, I guess. But yeah, that was interesting. I like coming back to the Wayne Manor map. Sadly, it might be a little while before we visit again because all the other Wayne Manor missions, I think, except one that will require me to paint up a lot of Riddler stuff, is ones that have the Batcave next to it and there isn't enough room until the other half of this table gets cleared, which means painting lots and lots of Season 2 miniatures and some God tier. So, next time we're going to take another trip back to the Asylum because my Greyseer did arrive as of today, so I can resume painting. But obviously I haven't got started on Black Canary and Spoiler yet, so I can't do the Birds of Prey mission from the main rulebook. So we're going to take a trip to Arkham Asylum again, see what's going on over there, I think. Yeah, and that's it. This was a quick one. It was fun, simple and fun. Simple and clean, I guess you could say. I really wanted Alfred to take down Raish. Disappointed that didn't happen. But hey, hope you enjoyed. Please do subscribe if you want to see more Gotham City Chronicles in the future, as well as the other games we cover here, like the Batman miniature game, Marvel Crisis Protocol, and others. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Ta for now.